There are new warnings the war in Ukraine could last well into next year as Russia continues its grinding assault on the ailing nation. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson accused Vladimir Putin of bungling his capture of Ukraine's capital. But today it emerged Russian troops have now taken control of more than 40 towns in the country's east.
There's no mincing words on the horror unfolding in Mariupol.
The situation in Mariupol is terrible. This is the biggest humanitarian catastrophe during this and maybe during last centuries.
And while Russia claims the city has returned to normal, these pictures reveal a desecrated and apocalyptic landscape. Lives replaced simply by rubble and what's left of Ukrainian artillery.
Only terrorists can do this, because I told that this is a war not against our army or our soldiers. This is war of Russian army against of our Ukrainian civilians, against of Ukrainians.
Mariupol is just one of many, with Russia having now seized at least 42 towns in eastern Ukraine. It's also got eyes further south to bridge the gap with an already annexed Crimea. Here in Kharkiv, another home is destroyed, perhaps symbolically mirroring hopes of a peace deal anytime soon.
Taking into account the very hostile attitude of the United States towards our country, one can hardly imagine negotiations in the nearest future.
What remains will be anyone's guess. Ruins are mounting after a 2-month campaign. So too the reality that this senseless war has much more to play out, potentially until the end of next year.
The sad thing is that that is a realistic possibility. Yeah, of course.
Boris Johnson accusing the Russian president of overcompensating for his failed capture of Kyiv.
Putin has a huge army. He has a very difficult political position because he's made a catastrophic blunder. He has the only option he now has really is to continue to try to use his appalling grinding approach.
Hoping he can blast holes in the spirit of a Ukrainian army stubbornly defending its homeland. Soldiers need ammunition, need medicine, food, water, its security chief says. But when those heroes were asked what the helicopters should bring, they asked only for ammunition. But that may be futile if there's no one left to pull the trigger. Dom Halen for 10 News First.